This is it for our 10-week series. We have been working hard for 10 weeks on a series of 10 pieces of art. Today we are going to finish up the little details, and then we're going to kind of analyze the work, or we call this a critique, a very little critique, where we set out the artwork, we look at the artwork, we see what worked for us and what didn't, and maybe even if it's advantageous for you, if you use art as a therapy, you can also look into it and see your feelings on the subject matter and why you feel like you painted this subject matter. I didn't come to paint these hot air balloons with a huge preconceived notion of why I wanted to paint them. I wasn't thinking about my feelings or symbolically what hot air balloons meant to me. I just love hot air balloons. I wanted to paint hot air balloons, and I really approached this with an intuitive approach rather than feeling like I wanted to plan every little thing out. In the end, I really did come to a discovery for me, so that's what we're going to talk about today in this video. Okay, this is one of those happy accident incidents. I was not happy with this butterfly. I just didn't feel like it was finished, so I started to rub away the oil pastel, and then I had a real mess on my hands. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, what did I do? I should have just left well enough alone. But I kept on working on this, and I think that I think you're going to like the end result. I liked the end result. I notice here that I hardly have any pattern on this page, and it's just a really big hot air balloon with no pattern. So pull out the stencils again. I'm using a white crayon here. I found that the white crayon covered better than the oil pastel. And I kind of like the contrast between the top of the hot air balloon, which I scratched into the paint, and adding the crayon on top. Alright, so here we go. It is time to look at these pieces and decide the things that I like and I do not like. I have my note card out. I really felt like I overused little small dots, and I did not like that. I did. I felt like I did a lot better on the outlining and not doing extremely heavy, thick outlines. And I also had an experience where I was thinking, why the hot air balloons, and with this, with some things that were going on in my life, I was feeling very weighed down. And so for me, the hot air balloons were symbolic of letting it go and kind of sending those feelings, those problems, those emotions to God. For me, I feel like heaven is above us and is nearby. So I started to add some scriptures that mean a lot to me on these pieces. And I don't know if I will end up keeping them or if it was just a therapeutic process of hope and uplift and color and all of those things, or if I want to burn them, or if I want to send them away with a helium balloon. I don't know. I could definitely do something more like a ceremony type of a thing for healing. You can use art for anything. It can be therapeutic, it can be symbolic, you can hang it up to remind you to of what you learned from the experience, or you can let it go. You can burn it, you can throw it away, you can paint over the top of it. For me, it really is about the process more than the end result. It's about what I'm learning about myself, and so that's why I do art, and I think that is something that you can also discover for yourself, why you do art, why you're drawn to creating visual art. So there is a lot of debate on whether or not putting words on a page is a good idea or not a good idea. Usually, I actually start with the words on the page at the beginning of the process because I kind of know why I'm doing what I'm doing, or I kind of come to an idea. I oftentimes start with journaling, and then it all gets covered up, so no one ever reads the words or knows really what I was thinking. Words attract attention, and so you do have to be careful with them, and really decisive on whether or not that's what you want people to see, because that's the first thing they're going to see and read. If you want to be so obvious and give away all of the clues, the emotion, what you're feeling, I actually don't like to be so obvious. So maybe these pictures aren't finished. Maybe it's something that I'm going to have to come back to and cover up. I don't know. But I would love to challenge you to go through your artwork, to pick out the things that you like and you want to see more of and see less of. I I don't know that I am done with hot air balloons. I don't know if this was the series that I thought I would create with hot air balloons. I always knew that I wanted to do a hot air balloon series, and this I feel like was kind of maybe more preliminary sketches, which is kind of disheartening too, because it took these projects take a long time. It took a long time to get here, but I've heard an analogy where you have to go through a lot of bad art to get to the good stuff. It's like turning on an old faucet and letting that faucet run and letting all of the gross stuff come out before you get the clean water. And so I kind of felt like that with this project, is maybe these were the beginning of something really great. I don't know. I really enjoyed doing this series. I think that it is good for you, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't at the same time. There were parts where I was like, I just want to be done with this. I don't want to work on this anymore. So I want you to know that those are feelings that that come up. But I hope that you stuck with it. I hope that you have 10 pieces of artwork that you are happy with, or at least that are going to get you started into something even better.